हेलो हॅलो
हाँ हेलो सर.
मॅम तुम्ही तुमचा कॅम ऑन ठेवाल आणि आता तुम्ही सुरू करू शकता 2 मिनिटात सुरू करून द्या.
चालेल चालेल.
हा.
हम्म. सर चालू करू शकते का?
येस मॅम सुरू करा.
Good morning everyone. I am Mrs. Gaikwad from RCF Junior College, Alibag. In previous lecture, we had started second chapter of biology, that is a systematics of living organisms, and completed two kingdoms from that is kingdom Monera and kingdom Protista from 5 kingdom systems. Today we will start the remaining 3 kingdoms, that is kingdom Plantae, kingdom Fungi and kingdom Animalia. As well as we'll take one glance on acellular organisms. Let us start the kingdom Plantae. I'll share my PPT with you. Kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae includes all plants on earth. Mostly they are autotrophic in nature, and some of them are semi-autotrophic like insectivorous plants like Venus flytrap. See here the photograph of Venus flytrap, and one more example, that is pitcher plant. These are the two insectivorous plants. Venus flytrap is a carnivorous plant. Here you can see the head of Venus flytrap is open initially. Whenever an insect tries to land on it, it gets closed immediately and insect is trapped inside. Another example, that is pitcher plant. It is also carnivorous plant. As you can see here, a deep cavity filled with digestive liquid. Once insect enter inside, the lid of pitcher plant get closed and insect gets trapped inside. Now the plants included in this kingdom are having multicellular body organization. They contain chlorophyll and the cell organization is eukaryotic. The cell wall made up of cellulose, and the plants exhibit alternation of generation. See, alternation of generation means life cycle of plant includes 2 generations. sporophytic generation and gametophytic generation. Some special cell of sporophyte divide by meiosis to produce haploid cells. These haploid cells divide mitotically to give rise gametophyte. This gametophyte produced male and female gametes which fuse together during the fertilization to produce diploid zygote, and it divides by mitosis to form diploid sporophyte. These sporophytic and gametophytic generations occur alternately. So it is called as alternation of generation. There are two phases of kingdom Plantae is further classified on the basis of their similarities and differences in two kingdoms, subkingdoms, subkingdom Cryptogamy and subkingdom Phanerogamy. Phanerogamy includes non-flowering plants which do not produce seeds. Cryptogamy produced non-flowering plants and non-seed bearing plants, and phanerogams means flowering plants which bear seeds. Again, cryptogams are differentiated into three divisions: division Thallophyta, division Bryophyta, and division Pteridophyta. Then phanerogams are again differentiated into gymnosperms and angiosperms. This is all about kingdom Plantae. Then let us see kingdom Fungi. Kingdom Fungi includes eukaryotic heterotrophs. Eukaryotic means nucleus is well developed in cell, and heterotrophs means organisms depends on other for their food, and they shows extracellular digestion. Extracellular digestion means breaking down of material into smaller components. It takes place outside the cell, so it is called as extracellular digestion. Most of the fungi occur in warm and humid places, and they may be unicellular or they have hyphae. When the common examples for the fungi are Rhizopus and Saccharomyces. The yeast is a unicellular fungus. The hyphae may be septate or aseptate. Many of the hyphae are unicellular, uninucleated or multinucleated. When hyphae contain many nuclei and without septa, they are called as cynocetic hyphae. See here in this diagram, you can see hyphae means these are the tubular structures. These are the tubular structures called as hyphae. And when septum is present between this, inside this hyphae, these hyphae are called as septate hyphae. And when septum is absent, these are called as aseptate hyphae. Okay. Now there is a different term, that is cynocetic hyphae. Cynocetic hyphae means when hyphae contain many nuclei and without septa, they are called as cynocetic hyphae. Now the cell wall is composed of chitin-like material. Chitin means fibrous substance called as polysaccharides. These are also called as fungal cellulose. Many fungi are saprophytic in nature and some of them are parasitic in nature. Saprophytic means those organisms feeds on dead and decaying matter are called as saprophytic. And parasitic means organisms lives on other species. Some fungi reproduce sexually or asexually. Asexual reproduction by fragmentation way, or by fusion, or by budding way. Some fungi shows symbiotic association. So these are called as symbiotic fungi. Example for symbiotic fungi is lichen or mycorrhiza. Lichen means algae and fungi live together. So they are called as, they show symbiotic association. Basically, symbiotic means one or more organisms lives together. That is called as symbiotic association. And here mycorrhiza means fungi lives with root of other plant. There are some useful fungi as well as harmful fungi. Yeast is useful fungi. It is used in bakery products like preparation of bread, cake, and breweries. Breweries means place where the beer is made. Second example, penicillium. It is also useful fungi. It is used in production of antibiotics. And harmful diseases caused to plants and animals, that is, example is Puccinia. Fungi further classified on the basis of their structure, mode of spore formation, and fruiting bodies. Structure means the fungi shows the hyphal body. The hyphae may be branched or unbranched. That is structure. And mode of spore formation. Spore means reproductive cell capable of developing into new individual without fusion with another reproductive cell. So according to mode of spore formation. And third is fruiting bodies. Fruiting bodies means it is a multicellular structure on which spores are produced. So according to these three criteria, the fungi are classified in 4 groups. That is Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Deuteromycetes. We'll see each group. First group is Phycomycetes. Phycomycetes is most primitive fungi, and these are commonly called as algal fungi. These algal fungi commonly grows on moist and damp places. Some of them grows in decaying organic matter, and some of the fungi from this Phycomycetes group are in aquatic in habitats. The example is Mucor, Rhizopus. Rhizopus are also called as bread mold, and Albigo. These are parasitic fungus on mustard. Here, a diagram of Mucor. It is a filamentous fungus found on decaying fruits, vegetable, or on plants. And the Mucor species may cause infections in man and amphibious also. These mucor are generally shows cenocytic hyphae. Cenocytic means non-septate multinucleated. These are the hyphaes. Some of the hyphaes are run parallel to the substratum. Substratum means where they grow. And some of the hyphaes which grows vertically. These vertically grown hyphaes are called as sporangiopore. And at the terminal portion of this sporangiopore, there is a globular structure called as sporangium. Inside the sporangium, spores are developed. When the dehiscence of sporangium occur, these spores falls down, and from these spores, new mucor developed. This is a type of asexual reproduction. Let us see the second group, that is Ascomycetes. Ascomycetes is largest group of fungi. They are called as sac fungi because they produce microscopic spores inside a special sac-like structures known as asci. These are multicellular and rarely unicellular like yeast. The hyphae in the Ascomycetes group are branched and septate. They can be decomposers, parasites, or coprophilous. Coprophilous means those fungi grows on dung. The examples are morels and truffles. Here are some examples, that is Aspergillus, Penicillium, Claviceps, Neurospora, and Saccharomyces. Here is a photograph of Aspergillus fungi. See, this is the hyphae and the sporangium. And these are the spores which are arranged in the form of chain. These are called as conidia. So asexual reproduction through this conidia. The next group, that is Basidiomycetes. These Basidiomycetes are commonly known as club fungi. They are branched septate hyphae. They have branched and septate hyphae. The common example is agaricus and commonly called as mushrooms. This is the photograph of mushroom. Another example is Ganoderma. These are called as bracket fungus. The economic importance of this Basidiomycetes, that is the agaricus, that is used, they are used as popular valuable food because they are low in calories, carbohydrates, fats, and are cholesterol free. They are rich in vitamin C, vitamin D, and vitamin B also. They are rich in protein and fiber. Let us see next group, that is Deuteromycetes. Deuteromycetes are called as imperfect fungi because they do not show a perfect stage of reproduction. So they are called as imperfect fungi. They do not display sexual phase, but they reproduced only by asexual way, by conidia formation. The example is Alternaria. See here in this photograph, this is the infected leaf which shows the blackish brown lesions on the leaf. Same blackish brown lesions occur on fruits also. So they produced or they caused the disease called as fruit rot disease. This is about the Deuteromycetes. So these are the four groups: Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Deuteromycetes from fungi group. The next kingdom, that is Kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia having a great diversity in this kingdom and includes animals which are heterotrophic in nature. Heterotrophs means the organisms which depends on other for their food. And they adopted holozoic nutrition. Holozoic means those digest the solid food material. They may be herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, or scavengers. Second general character is they have capacity for locomotion. Locomotion means they have ability to move oneself from one place to another. The body organization is multicellular and cell organization is eukaryotic. They do not have chlorophyll pigments, so they cannot prepare their own food, so they are called as autotrophs. They lack cell wall and the growth is determinate, means follow definite pattern of growth. The food is stored in the form of glycogen. Now this kingdom Animalia is differentiated in two groups on the basis of chordates and non-chordates. Chordates means those animals having notochord. And non-chordates means animals without notochord. Notochord means it is a cartilaginous skeletal rod supporting the body, called as notochord. So this Animalia differentiated in chordates and non-chordates. Details about this Animalia is given in chapter number 4 in our textbook. Here in this chapter, only the general characteristics are there. So let us see the next part, that is acellular organisms. Acellular organisms are differentiated in three types. First type is viruses, second type is viroids, and third type is lichens. First group, acellular organism, that is viruses. Viruses have either DNA or RNA as a genetic material, but never both together. Viruses lack cellular machinery. They have protein coat that is called as capsid around the nucleic strand. Hence, they are called as acellular organisms. These acellular organisms, the example of these acellular organisms is tobacco mosaic virus. See here a photograph of infected leaf which is infected by tobacco mosaic virus. It is called as tobacco mosaic because here the mosaic-like appearance on the leaf, called as tobacco mosaic virus. Viruses are inactive outside the host cell. Once they entered in host cell, they take charge of cellular machinery of host cell and duplicate themselves. Hence, they also called as infectious nucleoprotein particles. This is regarding the viruses. Then second type is viroids. Viroid means infectious entities affecting plants which are smaller than viruses, consisting only nucleic acid without protein coat. See here, a diagram of viroid showing head, and below this head there is a tubular structure called as sheath and a hexagonal plate below this sheath. At each corner of this hexagonal plate, that is, this plate is called as basal plate, and each corner of this hexagonal basal plate, tail fibers produced. This is the structure of viroid, which is infectious and smaller than viruses, consisting only nucleic acid without protein coat. So infectious RNA strands are called as viroids. The potato spindle tuber disease was found to be caused by single-stranded RNA which lacked protein coat. Then last acellular organism is lichen. Lichens means this is the example of symbiotic association. Symbiotic means one or more organisms lives together. Here, algae and fungi lives together for their mutual benefit. This is the excellent example of phycobiont and mycobiont lives together. Phycobiont is algae and mycobiont is fungi. Mycobionts belongs to member of cyanobacteria, that is blue-green algae. Here is a photograph of lichen. Means algae provide food to the fungi and fungi provide shelter and absorb water and mineral to the algae. These lichens are sensitive to pollution. So they are not found in polluted areas, hence considered as pollution indicators. So this all about the three types, that is lichen, viroids and viruses. These are the acellular organisms. Now here we learn all these 5 kingdoms with acellular organisms. We'll take a glance of all these completed part right from 5 kingdom system. Now see, from this we started from the kingdom in systematics, the definition of systematics, then taxonomy, which is very important term in classification. It is a branch of biology which deals with study of identification, classification and nomenclature. The initial classification includes 2 kingdoms only, but there were some drawbacks. So to solve the drawbacks of this classification, R.H. Whitaker in 1969 proposed 5 kingdom system. These 5 kingdoms are kingdom Plantae, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Animalia, kingdom Protista and kingdom Monera. And we already learned the comparison of all these kingdoms with 5 criteria, that is cell organization, body organization, nutrition, lifestyle, phylogenetic relationship. And then we learn details about the kingdom Monera, the general characteristics of Monera, that is prokaryotic cell. Monera shows the prokaryotic cell organization. The bacteria are further classified on the basis of evolution into Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. bacteria of Archaebacteria is methanogenic bacteria, and they are differentiated according to shape into various types. Second, eubacteria. These are true bacteria. The common example of eubacteria is cyanobacterium, then mycoplasma. And we learn second kingdom, Protista, with their different general characteristics, and they shows link with all eukaryotic kingdoms like Plantae, fungi, Animalia, dinoflagellates, and euglenoids. Plant-like protist, example is diatoms. Animal-like protist, example is Paramecium. Dinoflagellates, example is Gynulax. And fungi-like protist includes Myxomycetes. And euglenoids, example is Euglena. Then we learn the kingdom Plantae with their general characteristics and overall classification of kingdom Plantae, that is kingdom Plantae differentiated into cryptogams and phanerogams according to their similarities and differences. Then cryptogams again divided into three divisions: Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, and phanerogams differentiated in two divisions: Gymnosperms and Angiosperms. Then we learn kingdom fungi with their general characteristics, their examples, and how they are useful to us. That means useful fungi and harmful fungi with their examples. Then we learn the classification of fungi according to their basis of structure, mode of spore formation, and fruiting bodies into Phycomycetes. Example of Phycomycetes is Mucor. Example of Ascomycetes is Aspergillus. Example of Basidiomycetes is mushroom, and Deuteromycetes alternaria. Then we learn the general characteristics of kingdom Animalia, and then the cellular organisms with their example. Cellular organisms, first cellular organism, viruses, example tobacco mosaic virus, viroid with their structure, and then lichen, that is symbiotic association, example is lichen. Now, this is about the five kingdom system. Now, this year, due to pandemic, from this chapter, certain portion has been deleted. And that deleted portion is topic 2.1. It is started from, deleted part is started from topic 2.1 to 2.12 are removed. And 2.13 and 2.14 for the studies. So before concluding this lecture, I would like to give a vote of thanks to Mr. Churi sir for being co-host and coordinator, and all the members of Deccan Education Society who helps for arranging this lecture. Thank you.
Hello.
Sir.
Ma'am, your lecture is over now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.